Yeah, the eggbot was something else from Davis.
We're all good here, boys. We're all good. We're having a good time. On board with DDK, I think can be one of the star players as well. Very, very mechanically gifted on his day. I mean, I say that as he shoots a rocket immediately in front of him, but he's going to get a frag as well.
It's okay.
So, yeah, I look good.
You know, you can shoot. Maybe it was that, you know, it was a rocket that he meant to shoot underneath himself. Those things, you know, you can't be in player's head all the time. Maybe that's what he wanted to do. There's probably a bigger plan, so let's not take that away from him.
Let's not. Sorry, I gotta wipe the smile off my face. You can probably hear it. DDK, we've been on board with him for a while. He's yet to take a tumble, and he's gonna move on to this power up. It's pretty simple. Just walks in, takes it. Dewey and Effortless helping him out, and this looks like a great round for Immortal Minds right now.
I mean, so far, look, PreVaiL Gaming has lost so many lives already. Limes. They're not losing any limes. Limes, same thing. You collect them, you know, take them away. Same thing. So far, Immortal Minds looking really good. PreVaiL Gaming on 2 lives left. If Dewey and Effortless play very slow and safe, they can keep their lives. But unfortunately, Dewey gets killed, and it's 3 lives versus 1.
Certainly will, mate. Certainly will. Pithy. Gonna be having a little bit of a stroll to himself now with the last life. It needs to be oh so careful. There's both of his teammates with him, and it'll be interesting to see what they do now that they're together and exactly what they want to play for next. Mega up in 5. The Red a little bit after that. It's over.
A great execution. I was about to say that it would be important for Immortal Minds to make sure that they don't run after the player, that they should focus on the control over the map and let the player run into them at some point. You want to make sure you starve the enemies, but they did it their own way, and they didn't manage to find the last guy alive.
You know the problem, FaZe.
What's
Ran
up?
out of limes, didn't they? Couldn't make their pina colada anymore.
Right? Missing the important ingredients.
We all love a lime here at the good studio. Dewey just about staying alive and getting so much damage done with his 2 HP.
But nonetheless, dying anyway, taking his lime away. So, how many
so
limes
funny
are they
about
on? I have no idea.
FaZe, you're so deadpan. You're just like, how many limes have they got, Joel? Aerobuck's gonna be on the Vanguard. And now looking to do some damage, but 1 HP with a Vanguard, or no, it's all the same.
Okay,
Effortless trying there.
Trying,
Yeah, this
not
is
dying, which is
tricky, isn't it?
like 4 lives versus 4 lives is one of those situations again that we've spoken about before. It's what you do when you each have a life, in a way, and you have to make certain calls that might not benefit one player but will benefit the entire team. And as you can see, Pythy, Airbucks, 3 lives, and same goes for Immortal Minds. So it's going to be a battle of who is stronger, who can keep the control at this very point.
Looking good at the moment is Effortless going to be taking down Davis. Red goes over to Dewey. It's good item control from them. Mega has gone over to Aerobucks. Neither side with a real advantage here, and you can see that in the lack of movement from Effortless. Pretty passive at the moment. Going to be playing for this next Red. Aircon is called though. Aerobox is last alive, and now they can start to be aggressive. And interestingly enough, Dewey still has a life remaining, so they got a few options here.
He's got a life remaining, but where he was just now, by the bridge on Mega, you have to be very careful on that position. Usually players from Mega that go through the teleporter, they have a pincer. They can come as 2, they can come as 3, and if 2 of them land the pincer on Dewey, where he was, he would be dead, so he would be given a life for free.
Effortless on a bit of a run here, if we're honest. Staying alive, looking good while he does it. Vanguard goes on to Dewey, who actually
jump and look at
might want to turn around. Maybe not. Gonna be dropping down onto the Mega player. Blaster out. The Vanguard saving him. Still very vulnerable right now, and yeah, best to play it at range.
I really like what the PreVaiL guys did, using the slow Weeble to slow Dewey down and give Airbox some time to escape. It was a really good play.
Yep. On the red now is Dewey. Needs to be careful, but I mean, it's really a luxury having 2 players with lives at this point, right? If Dewey needs to pivot and be the life leader, he can. He's stacking up, so he's sort of suitable for that role. But he's going to get the fragging done as well. Walks in and says, bye-bye, Aerobox.
Yeah, that was not needed. He was just running. This is the one thing that I was saying before. If you run the control in Extinction, so you collect the items, you rotate them well with your team, at some point, the enemy will be in front of you. So it's not necessary to look for the fights sometimes. The fight can just come to you.
Certainly can. And right now, Effortless is bringing that fight, going to take down Pithy. And looking like they are going to be able to secure this red. Red will be up before next power, but I have a feeling that they won't be on it. You can see, actually, sort of the map cut in half right now. Each team taking their side and the resources, and it's really going to be this Vindicator that they fight for in a big way. Rather than Siphonator.
No, the Vindy is what's essentially going to make this round. If Immortal Minds do manage to get it, I would quite confidently say it would be a 3-0 for PreVaiL, for Immortal Minds. If they don't get the next Vindy, I don't know what might happen.
Well, Effortless with it in hand right now, and it's looking good for them, it's got to be said. Hasn't got the biggest stack in the world, but it's pretty close to it. And Effortless doesn't even need to do anything at the moment. It's all Dewey. 1 player remaining with lives. It's Aerobox once again.
Yeah, it seems like Airbox is the team life leader. He seems to be often the last one. It's either by the choice or by the way he plays. So I'm not too sure if it's a conscious decision by the entire team. But so far, yeah, Airbox has been usually the last one to have the life.
Effortless, the sole target remaining, but does have 2 lives to work with. Ooh, thinks he can help his team with a little bit of aggression, probably thinks better of it when he sees 2 ghosts and only 1 of him, but doing okay for now, and probably looking to secure another red. I mean, it's been the story of this game so far. I do wonder if he's gone too far out of position now, though, and he's not left with a whole lot of stack, but, well, he's got good comms. DDK is saying, don't worry about it, bud. I'm on it. Aerobox falls, and with it, the round ends. 3-0, Immortal Minds.
One thing I'd like to point out, I'm not sure if you've noticed yourself or if the viewers have noticed. It could be coincidence, but so far when I saw PreVaiL Gaming play, it seems that when Earbugs is the last player standing, Davis is always there to escort him, while Pythie is the one looking for the enemies. So it could be that maybe Immortal Minds catch onto it, and if Earbugs is once again the last player standing, if they do manage to find Davis, they will know that Earbugs is probably somewhere around him.
Right. Pithy getting a lot of damage done onto Dewey. You can't even get onto that Mega. Ooh, that's a bit of a tilter. At the moment, PVL looking pretty good. Vindicator coming up. They're going to have to set up for it. Pithy now the one to make the first move, but Effortless there in the back with the shaft doing a whole lot of damage. And the rockets, he does manage to dodge them. Pithy with the power-up. Can't find his exit until he can. Dewey's going to fall, but that's the power-up on the floor. And DDK will collect with the pincer as well, like you say. And this could be deadly as Immortal Minds getting all the frags at the moment.
Oh my god. What a shot
Big
by him.
DDK. Gold per tap for him.
Some things have to come to an end.
No, he's got it back.
But he's got it back. That's maybe that's not the end that we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. No, it is. It's all over. Caster curse. You love to see. So much fun, isn't it, Faye's just been able to make the opposite of what you say happen.
Yeah, so much fun. I'll get messages later on. 100%. My favorite team
Effortless at the moment. Imperious. His aim oh so solid. Just doesn't get rattled, this fella, and I think absolutely the star of the show for Immortal Minds. Gonna eventually get taken down by Pithy though. But we're gonna stick with it. Still 2 lives remaining. Equals Aerobucks.
Okay, it's 2-2. It's whichever team is going to prevail.
Oh. He's done it.
I've done it. It's the first one of today.
Well done. Well done, Faze. Well
Thank you.
Aerobucks very low. He's got a life, but it's not worth much. Just yet. Unless it's actually all they need. Effortless, the last remaining. He's going to fall. The reverse sweep. Well, it might begin here.
It could. Potentially could. So it's whether PreVaiL Gaming can act on what they did well, and they can look back at it very quickly and try to apply the same kind of strategy this round and see if that works out. Unfortunately, it might be the last round for them if Immortal Minds win. But if it did work, they should 100% be trying it again, as nothing else works before.
On board with Pithy. Who's I feel like been the person who's made the aggressive, proactive moves on the side of PreVaiL. Whenever we're on his POV, he really seems to be taking the initiative. And at the moment, just trying to stack back up so he can make one of those moves. Because, of course, he can make one of those moves while I'm talking about him.
Of course.
I would, you know, that'd be too convenient. Power up on the way. Pithy playing by this pillar. Dewey's going to come on overhead, but he's going to be on the Vanguard, screaming for dear life. But Dewey dies in front of DDK, who now has that power up and can go to work with all of the stats that it
all the stats,
and
they're just lining themselves up. And
it's a bloodbath.
This is the point where I would hope one of the guys on the Immortal Minds team would. It's very hard to find those little things, as I was saying, but understand that Earbugs usually hangs around with Davis. Davis is like a defender from what we've seen so far. So if they do manage to find Davis, then he's somewhere around him.
Yeah, and if they've gotten onto that pattern as well, it's just as good as finding the man himself, and it's quite a powerful thing. You know, it's a thing in all competitions where you have these unconscious tendencies, subconscious tendencies rather, that often you need someone else to show you. Like some people, when they jiggle peek, they will always jiggle the same number of times. I had a dual partner like that. And after a while, it just became trivial to hit him on the fourth jiggle. So maybe Davis, it's tactical, or maybe this is something that can be exploited.
Perhaps. Obviously, we haven't seen much of Davis's POV, so we're not too sure if he does hang around Airbucks. But I would imagine that they're close to each other.
Yeah. Effortless are going to be picking up this Mega. It's Davis with the pincer. Trying to make something happen. We are nearing that next power-up in just 10 seconds now. Another Vanguard. Effortless left pretty low. Needs to survive. As does Arrow. Now on his life. Davis agreeing. Effortless falls a second round for PreVaiL.
We could have, you know, a reverse sweep. This is so far looking very good for PreVaiL Gaming at the moment.
Earlier today, we saw Immortal Minds come back 4-3 in Wipeout. To do an extinction is, I think, something else requires that little bit more grit and determination to make happen. At the moment, we're on board with Effortless, who's hoping to put an end to the young hopefuls' chances.
I think they might be able to do it, but it really depends how careful are they going to become with their lives. Because so far they've been thrown away very lightly. I understand it's 3-2, so they can potentially have 2 more rounds, 1 more round, well, 1 more round. But again, it's, you know, it doesn't matter how hard you are in. You should be making sure that your life is just as important, even if it's 3 lives.
Effortless on the Siphonator, and it's been absolutely pivotal for him. He's going to be healing up his boy Dewey. And making his way over to the red, I would imagine. In just 5 seconds that will spawn. It's about to turn green, and Effortless sees that. 2 players though swinging out. Davis and Co. Aerobuck's going to take down Effortless, and that could be a major swing, as that's red armor as well as the frag.
There can be swing, but also the swap to rockets. I'm not sure whether he ran out of ammo, but if that rocket would have hit, that would be such a game changer at that point.
Right. Mega for DDK. Yummy, yummy. And a kill on Davis.
Wow.
An important one.
And they got the information that he's around the Books area, around the TP exit, and now he's just running away from the enemy's 2 lives. I don't think we've seen PreVaiL being a life leader so far from the last couple of rounds. So I'm not sure how well he's going to do that. It's a lot of pressure to be the life leader, because not only you have to rely on your own info, but you also rely on your teammates' info. If your teammates' info is wrong, let's say, not per se about the position, but about the stack of a player that might be pushing the life leader, that can be very detrimental to the outcome of the entire fight.
Yeah. Pithy coming out. Effortless will fall. The reverse sweep is on.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Immortal Minds. I'm not too sure why they were pushing them so much. They seem to be very stacked and in control over the items, so maybe it was a cry for help right there, and hoping that they can get that last kill.
Well, this is it. Do or die. Your only 2 options. What are they going to do? At the moment,
it's a lot of pressure.
Stack advantage for Immortal Minds. Starbucks, the life leader at the moment.
They're
really slowing it down.
I think this is where the experience is going to come through for Immortal Minds. All 3 players being mostly LAN experienced, whereas PreVaiL Gaming, as far as I'm concerned, maybe 1 or 2 players have attended LANs before. It might be the decider of who manages to keep their nerves cool in 3 to 3 point situation.
You're going to be on the power up, and Squad needs to get something done here. 3 rounds they've lost in a row, and that's going to weigh on your mind. I don't care who you are. Even with all the mental fortitude in the world, you're still going to think about it. Going to get a blind rocket kill because, of course.
Why not?
Why not?
But so far, it's looking not bad for Immortal Minds, even though Effortless just died. But wow, the rocket hit from Davis, that could be a game changer for the entire situation right now. 32-15, that's not a lot of stack if you think about it. Although he did find earbuds and landed the pincer before he went to the teleport. It all comes down to this 3 lives versus 2. How is each team gonna be able to remain with the most lives? That's the question.
Yeah, and it's about your composure as well in this, the 7th round. A lot more stack over on the side of PVL. Pithy in particular looking very healthy indeed. DDK's got the armor, getting the health now. And it looks like that they're going to be favoring him over Effortless to be their final life leader. Pithy. That's DDK in that room, but pretty careful at the moment. Davis going to take down DDK, and that could be huge. Because he is left alone and could have got unlucky on the spawn. Oh dear. DDK has a red though, that's huge. And with Parrot coming up, they have a... Like, that red is everything right now when it comes to this.
That red is everything, but if the PreVaiL Gaming pushes into the power-up, then it might be very dangerous.
Oh, dude, we can make it happen. There it is. Immortal Minds are gonna take it 4-3. No reverse sweep. They go 3-0 up, and finally, they managed to clinch it out.
That was a very tough match for all players. Not only because it takes a tremendous mental fortitude to stay composed in a long match, but also you are aware it's 3 points versus 3 points. The next point, whoever gets the next point is gonna win that match, and that takes a toll on people's mind. For some less, for some more. So it's how do you as a player react to it? Are you gonna let it take control over you, or are you gonna be able to get on with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's in those moments, I think, the good are really separated from the great. It's going to be the pick again for PVL. They went for Icefall Extinction first. As far as I'm aware, they can't repeat a pick. And in fact, I don't think they can go to Extinction at all now. We're gonna have to see. I mean, I feel like we've seen a strength in Wipeout for Immortal Minds. I would expect PVL to go MacGuffin here.
I would say the same. I actually agree with you. It might be that they're really focused. Oh no, we are getting Wipeout Furnace.
Furnace. All right.
We are. Okay, this is gonna be very interesting. Purely because both teams do favor Pincer a lot. So I'm kind of wondering what kind of combat are we going to be getting from both teams here. The line of sight on this map is quite far, so there's going to be a lot of Pincer fights. And the microdues are going to be the close combats. And those can be very hectic and chaotic. So I'm not too sure. I'm not sure how this can go. Again, well, maybe a very close matchup.
Dewey and Co looking to close this out. It's gonna be interesting. PVL got their choice before, didn't go their way. This is probably their second pick, even. I mean, that's interesting, right? Because this isn't even necessarily what they want. It's just the map pick rules have dictated it has to be this.
I'm not sure. It could be also the fact that both Effortless, DDK, and Dewey are well-experienced MacGuffin players. So perhaps picking MacGuffin over them could have maybe done more damage to the chances of winning. So perhaps maybe we are kind of in the wrong for thinking that they should have picked MacGuffin. Thinking of the experience, it's a lot more in favor of Immortal Gaming. Oh, sorry, not Immortal Gaming, because I'm reading PreVaiL Gaming. Immortal Minds. Therefore, yeah, Wipeout might be the better choice for them.
We'll have to see. I mean, as I said, I really like seeing Immortal Minds play Wipeout before. There was that great Wipeout reverse sweep. And DDK, I think, has been a shining star in this mode as well. We'll have to see as the triplets take on 3 very distinct players indeed. The PVL boys, just it's a big old cult. We can't see
and we're getting
the difference
into it
between
right
them.
now.
Yeah, we certainly
This is
are
gonna be
on
exciting.
board with Dewey.
Let's see what
It sure
Dewey
is,
can do.
FaZe. It sure is. Rocket jumping forward immediately onto Davis, and the Rocket so far looking good for Dewey. He's going to make that happen. And now Pithy in his sights. Great damage coming out from Dewey, though he will fall.
Yeah, Dewey did a great amount of damage. The combat and the decision to push into the room with Davis was huge, and right now I'm thinking they're feeling confident.
Yeah, I think so. They should. Davis healing up, effortless, looking to take Aerobucks down. DDK is a greedy fellow, though. He's going to take all the frags for himself.
Okay, someone has to.
Yeah. DDK, not content with being one of the biggest CS casters, also wants to win Diabotical tournaments. Some people, you know, he's a handsome man, he's athletic, he's got it all going for him. It's honestly depressing for the rest of us, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta make do with what you have, man. It is what it is. You got hair.
Cheers.
I'm losing hair because I'm Polish, I guess. That's a gene thing. So, you know,
I do not. This conspiracy theory that Polish people go bald phase, I don't support it.
It runs in my family, so it must be true.
All right. Fair play. I will.
But it's okay. Polish is beautiful, and so is being bold.
Keep telling yourself that. Dewey gonna get some sick damage done with a midi rocket, but gets hunted down. Davis puts an end to that. And well, effortless left ever so low and all alone as he waits so desperately right now for his teammates. 8 seconds till DDK is back. Could they find effortless? Or is he actually going to do this?
I don't think they can. He's going to do this. He was on very low health. They didn't manage to find him now, so it's about finding DDK. Can they find DDK on time? No. Dewey's back in the game, and 10 seconds before Effortless comes back as well. So it's not going to be looking too hard for PreVaiL Gaming. They're losing Stag very quickly, so it's all about Airbugs right now, and they are going to be catching him.
Yeah, hitting that pincer as well. His Effortless up close for the shaft, and Aerobucks, try as he might, I think just has his luck. Running short. God. There it is. Dewey will hit the defragging champion.
Hit the pincer, but
2017.
I have to admit, that run, if not for the last rocket, it was great. That was one of the better escapes that we've seen today. We're very well composed while escaping from 3 enemies chasing him. It was amazing.
Yep. Absolutely. Dewey going to be up close and personal with Pithy, and the round's over. How did this happen to me? I've made my mistakes, etc, etc. Well, there we go. 1-1.
1-1. Looking good so far for both teams. I don't think there's anything standoffish at the moment. both teams performing at the very similar skill. The one only moment that really was make or break was when Davis was running away. Is essentially being chased by 3 people. But so far, pretty close from both teams.
Absolutely. Pithy with the shaft. Ooh, takes a spill. Davis so really getting the damage done. Up close and personal. It's left to Effortless all on his own, and he's gonna fall. It's 2-1.
Wow.
PVL.
2-1. It was 2 seconds for Effortless to spawn. So it was it must have been a very tough decision to make. But hey, look, those things happen, and you have to carry on. But Dewey, again, as the last player, wow, I was getting slightly worried that this might have been another quick round.
Certainly could be the case. Oh, Aerobucks with a shot. Could be another quick one, but I think it'd be the other way as both PVL members quite low. Gonna drop. It's all on Pithy at the top of Orange and struggling at the moment. Can't really decide if he wants to run away or fight. In the end, he fights, but he falls. Aerobucks left, last alive. Davis now to back him up. All 3 members still alive for the Immortal Minds team.
Still alive, and it's a very good thing that Dewey keeps doing damage to the team, to the PreVaiL gaming team, purely because even though yes, Immortal Minds might not have a lot of armor on them right now, the respawn timers on their team are very short, meaning that they can really force some fights where sure they will die, but they will have so much stack when they spawn back that not only they'll be able to finish the other players off, the respawn timer is going to be so long that they might actually get the round win.
Certainly could be the case. EDK. A little bit tentative at the moment. They are just kind of holding this room and hoping for some overextension from the PreVaiL Gaming boys, who are doing something similar themselves. I think they're going to have to meet mid-map in the end.
Well, certainly might look like
EDK
it.
will get the call from Effortless, who has taken a nasty tumble.
Airbugs just pushing through the smoke like it's nothing and throwing another one. Thanks, Airbugs. Appreciate that.
Yep. Oh, EDK.
Oh, what a great
guys are
shot though. Apart from this one.
All left on Davis.
And I messed it up.
And he's dead. There we go. Immortal Minds back on the board.
That was a beautiful play.
Fight.
Back on board with the man who made that happen in the last round. Effortless gonna get tagged this time though, and yeah, thinks about going for a peek. Goes for a slightly different angle, but the result is much the same.
I mean, as it was said at the very beginning, like, we've been noticing a lot of pincer fights, a lot of pincer heavy fights. And it always comes down to that close combat fight at the very end. That becomes very messy. Those guys don't seem to be very used to having many close combat rocket fights in Wipeout. But sometimes that can work in your favor.
Oh, a double coming out of the PreVaiL Gaming boys. EDK left pretty low as well, and oh, it's all got a little bit messy for the Immortal Gaming boys.
It has, but at the same time, DDK hasn't really died at any point this round, so it was a very short respawn time. So he's back to being fully stacked. Although Dewey and Effortless are both on really low amount of health, so it's not looking good, as you said.
Not looking good at all. Pithy and Aerobucks left pretty low, but so are DDK and Dewey, and this is when the game gets volatile indeed. Aerobucks will take down Dewey. It's all left to DDK for 5 seconds. Pins are out, hits one, can't hit the second, now RJing away, but Aerobucks collects. And that is a 3rd round on the board for PreVaiL Gaming, and a crucial one
on the board, and crucial. If they do manage to win this matchup, it's going to be 1-1, and they're going to be going to the last game. I don't know. I don't know if Airbugs is fancying his chances of dying there. It's very easy to see a weapon model, so he could be getting spammed a little bit. Hold on.
He's gonna say, you spam me, I'll spam you right back, and so far so good. Aerobucks doing a good job at range with the pincer. The Weeble comes in though, and now assaulted on multiple fronts. He can't see anything. He still gets all the damage done. I can't believe this from Aerobucks, as effort in the middle of the room gets dropped. And oh no, this could be an easy cleanup as DDK comes in. Aerobucks and Davis so low, but sorry, it's Dewey being kept at range, and he is gonna get dropped. Aerobucks left alive, effortless, collects Pithy all alone here in blue. The shafts are out, the shafts are doing damage. Crucially though, Aerobucks does spawn, and good damage there from Pithy.
Good damage, extremely messy fight, but won by the Immortal Minds. Now they have to really think about what to do. Dewey as the only player with armor, effortless, and DDK on 200 if I'm not mistaken. So it's in their favor potentially of one of them to die or sacrifice themselves, while the other two are hiding. Again, they're on very small respawn times, so they can do that without an issue, I would imagine.
Well, let's see, it's 2 fully stacked players for PreVaiL, only one in the form of Dewey for the Immortal Minds team. See what he can do with it. He's gonna get put into a corner. Nobody puts Dewey into a corner. He's gonna get dropped, and
just hitting all the pincers in the world that he needs to. Amazing play by him. I mean, there's not much to say. He's just playing out of his mind, but he has to be very careful. He is unaware whether his enemy has consecutive hits on pincer. If he did, then
that's such a lucky spawn.
Take one. Yeah.
That's DDK spawns literally right next to him. You couldn't ask for better.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing that many teams still don't seem to be, maybe not grasping the concept, but not even abusing, but understanding in a way, is usually if you are the last person alive, or even if there's 2 of you, depending on where you stand on the map, you will your teammate that's going to be spawning will be spawning next to you. So with that information, if you are aware, let's say that the teams are in this room, there's a team in this room, their teammate that's going to be spawning will be there as well.
DDK, he's dead. There we go. Map
And
2
goes
to PreVaiL.
Quick wipeout. Yep. But
now we get to see for the first time a pick from Immortal Minds, and I could really put the cat amongst the pigeons. Yeah.
I'm not too sure what game mode they are going to pick, though. They were struggling to keep the control on Extinction. So yeah, they're going with Extinction once again on Oxide.
Oxide.
There we are.
Who do you think is going to
The
come out
pick
alive
from
out of this match?
Ah, man, it's so hard to call. I think you have to favor Immortal Minds because they also did win Extinction on Icefall. I think they looked the better team on the whole, effortless in particular. So I'm going to say Immortal Minds, but it is on a razor's edge.
Okay.
How about
I'm
yourself,
still
Face? How about yourself?
very unsure seeing the previous extinction match. I have a feeling that yes, Immortal Minds might have the upper hand when it comes to the mode itself, but winning Wipeout 4-2 for PreVaiL Gaming could have been that game changer in their mind and in the way they play, and it could carry over. The momentum and the snowball effect could carry over, and we might see PreVaiL Gaming win this match, perhaps.
Certainly could be the case. And this is it. You know, both teams in the losers bracket. This is your tournament life on the line. Do you get to go to playoff Sunday? Or do you fall here at almost the final hurdle, in fact? We'll have to see.
No, nonetheless, both teams and all the teams today performed really well. It was great watching everybody play. It seems like people are enjoying it too. As we spoken before, team shuffles. Do you think there's going to be any shuffling of the teams after today and tomorrow?
I think there has to be, right? There always is. You know, there'll have been a little argument among one team or two, and they'll be pointing fingers at each other. I think it's just the nature of competition, and people are going to look for that chemistry, find a more natural fit. We'll see though. Maybe not, because I think it's a pretty friendly scene, and people get on. So maybe not.
Sure, maybe not. Hopefully not.
Maybe.
Anyway, we're back into the game. 50 seconds in. So far, Immortal Minds all lost 1 health, 1 life. It's 2-2-2. So, not a great start. Losing a lot of positioning, losing a lot of items. Piffy trying to secure the Mega. On this map, sometimes it's best not to favor the second red armor, purely because you lose positioning on Mega and the power-up. So we will see how does the PreVaiL team manage with the position that they have right now. It's definitely favoring them, but both of them holding the same angle is not the play. They all need to hold a different angle.
Oh, Piffy has gone huge there. Error bucks as well. That's going to be the power-up, and just 3 lives, plays against 6. Dear Lord. This Piffy can be taking the Mega as well. This is going from bad to worse for the Immortal Minds.
Definitely. And look, they all have to find just one more player, and that's Dewey. Dewey, as we know, he is very good at hiding, especially in this map. Therefore, I would not count that team out yet, even though, yes, there is a massive difference in lives. I believe that he can still make it happen as long as he plays that flashback game.
This has been such a round from Pithy, I have to say. I was on his POV while we were watching Dewey. He's just been so consistent, dealing so much more damage than he's taking, and he's yet to drop a life. Dewey, the last remaining, has to emulate that play, as it is all on him, and it will be for quite a while, because with the number of lives on the side of PreVaiL, this round can end soon and well for the Immortal Minds.
Correct.
They're whittling them away though, bit by bit.
Bit by bit, and that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't count out Immortal Minds, especially having a player like Dewey, who has probably one of the best flashback styles and patience when it comes to that.
Yeah.
It can compete a lot realistically. At this point though, it's very scary being...
Fantastic.
Ooh, that was a very close one.
Oh no.
And then... that happened. That just happened.
Yes, it did. Charging headfirst into an enemy and taken down, because that's what happens. We're going to move on to the next round with Aerobucks. A player that's impressed me a lot today. You know, I was giving PreVaiL some flack earlier. I was like, none of them really have this explosive individual skill. I didn't see any big moments from anyone. But I think they've all sort of been taking turns a little bit in this series, at least.
Oh, definitely. No, I can fully agree with you on this one. 100%. I think the way that they have been playing right now, there are definitely moments where each player did something so beneficial to their team that it led to them winning the round. So yeah, it's great to see that. Great to see them come out and show themselves, not only to us but to the players, and they're performing really well right now.
Vanguard.
They are indeed. Vanguard coming up. DDK looks to have decent position on it. They are scrapping though. Very dynamic fight over at the Vanguard. It's not as simple as someone sitting on it and the other team not showing up, as it probably is in your pub games. DDK will have the Vanguard, and that's a dangerous man to hold that power up. Pithy, last with lives remaining, gonna make his way to the pincer, and is gonna try and stay clear as DDK on the warpath is gonna eat ghost after ghost. And oh, even the RJ to the rocket pincer as well. DDK with some very, very stylish shooting.
Stylish shooting, but you know, he didn't get to where he wanted to twice. That must hurt a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But it's okay.
You've
There's
seen how
still
ripped that man
4 lives up.
goes to the trip.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he knows
Oh, yeah.
pain.
He definitely knows pain, so it's okay. Nothing compares to this. No. Missing the rocket jump. Imagine.
Oh,
I can't.
it's like it's too painful for you.
It's
So
too
I don't
much.
want to think about
Yeah.
it. Just gonna
Oh,
hide
either way,
away.
Dewey on a hunt right now for one of the PreVaiL Gaming players. Not really catching the right one. Getting the frag on Davis. 27 health left. He is hoping to find someone in the red room area. Unfortunately, nobody's there. They have some information about the enemy on Pincer. Not too sure whether the Pythie would be there. Piffy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, what a flick! How's he done that? We're on a different POV. Effortless is gonna get dropped. Is Pithy with the pincer is playing quite intelligently.
Great
here.
rockets back.
Aerobucks chimes in. Yeah, get some decent damage done there. There's DDK with the Vanguard now. 1 life and in his hands. Pithy with 2. And this is, as I say, when Extinction really becomes Extinction, is this dynamic of the 1 player with lives remaining, the 2 ghosts going out on their hunt. TDK without the Vanguard now is that bit more vulnerable.
He is, but also he got so close to the enemy. I'm very unsure why he was so hesitant to push while he still maintained the Vanguard. I would like to know, but nonetheless, DDK versus Piffy at this point. Piffy 2 lives, DDK 1 life. It
Way more
really
stacks
comes
of
down
hits as
to
well.
yep, who can defend themselves better and who's got the team that can defend them, and whether your team actually needs to defend you. That's another thing. Especially in Pivy's situation where he's got 2 lives, he doesn't really need anybody defending him, at least for 1 life. So he can help out his teammates easily.
I mean, fresh spawning is always scary, right?
Yeah.
Always gonna be scary. DDK's found himself a lot of stack. He's kind of making it work, and Pithy will fall in a very scrappy fight. Effortless takes him down. DDK left all alone. Needs to hit the rockets here, and
They did find each other.
oh no! Dewey even gets the
It was
kill
very-
on Pithy.
In 3 rounds.
It was very
He even
close.
gets the kill.
It was, yeah.
That was a race.
It was just, it was a very unfortunate timing and the way everybody just landed in one room at the same time. Those things can happen, and it's nobody's fault. The way it goes through, it will just happen, and you don't even know what's happening.
on board with Pithy here. Seems to be the life leader of this team, and more successfully the case now. You said earlier, you know, we hadn't seen him do it, but the chat has informed us this is his role. Managing to play inside of the roles a little bit better here on Oxide. But Pithy, is he going to back up here? No, he's going to get a great shot with the crossbow. And stay alive. Good bit of damage. Oh, and still maximizing. I mean, he gets fragged there, but I'm really impressed with Pithy. That was great. Heads up play.
No, he's doing really well, especially his crossbow plays. He got so many crossbow this round. Oh, maybe not this round, this entire match in Oxide. It seems like his go-to weapon at the moment.
Yeah, very strange as well. I mean, not many people like the weapon. Not many people are very good with the weapon. I think it's just a red spark and nobody else. And yeah, he's making it happen with a niche weapon. And I think be it blaster, crossbow, grenade, it's always a fan favorite.
Of course. It has to be, especially when it comes to watching pro players play with it. It's such a different dimension to what most people are used to. So seeing those guns being utilized is really, really great, and it looks good too.
Well, Davis being chased here is the life leader. Pithy doing the body block on Dewey ahead of Effortless, who, well, they've all got so many lives. 3-3-1. DDK's now a ghost, but oh, this is going to be a tough one for PreVaiL. There's Effortless takes them down. Davis still left all alone, but, well, it's like the other round. They are slowly whittling them away, and Davis has secured himself a whole hell of a lot of stack ahead of not only the power-up, but the Mega as well.
But that stack, if Davis decides to push into the room for no reason, may wear out really quickly. I mean, this could be, you know, a situation where he might die. Not only he's lost so much health, but he gave info. So him pushing out of Mega like that was a crucial mistake.
Game starts in round 4.
Absolutely.
1. Incoming fight.
Here we are. Here in the 4th round on board with Effortless. He's been the star for Immortal Minds all day long, and 2-1, they're going to need something a little bit special from him, I think, if they are to go any further in this tournament. Off the bat, he's looking good. Dewey chimes in as well, and yeah,
it seems like they're trying to control the
the
center area. Yeah.
Oh, 1-3-1 plays full house. 3-3-3.
Hey, look. Those are the cards that they've been given, and they're making do with them, and they're doing really
Here we go.
good.
It's just
So far,
Pithy
they
left.
haven't lost a life yet.
Dear Lord. I don't think I've ever seen a round of Extinction where a team wasn't fragged.
Team Vindicator.
Well,
Vindy on DDK?
maybe it's the first time.
Are we going to see history in front of us? Are we about to witness the first ever fragless round of Extinction? Nah, Dewey, don't do it! I'm watching that health bar on the top right, Dewey. Don't you dare die.
Same. He needs to hide.
Pithy, go find DDK, please.
Above.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
DDK! Why? Why? We were about to witness greatness, and now we witness mere victory. I'm not happy.
Disappointed,
I'm very
to say
disappointed.
the least.
Pithy, all on his own. By the old mega spot. Oh, just bouncing around. Alright.
Oh, he's almost dead. He's on maybe 5 health.
831, he's fine.
Okay.
DDK. Probably about to find him. One pincer shot. There it is.
And gets a great pincer shot on Pithy. That was really good. It's very hard to hit vertical shots, especially when an eggbot is traveling so fast. So you gotta give the man the reflexes for his age. It's not even that old, is he?
I don't know. He's like 28, 29?
Yeah,
It's old for us, Face, because we are small children.
true.
Oh! DDK hitting some great pincers, that.
And another one. He keeps just hitting. That actually could have been more beneficial for DDK than Davis.
Yeah, I think so. DDK just going
man
to
doesn't miss.
continue with the
95.
pincer. Well,
Okay,
he only
he's
needed
hoping
8.
for 100.
Yeah. Apparently, this is where we are in the
Yes.
tournament now.
Incoming vanguard.
DDK is a tease, is what he is. He almost gives us
Yeah.
the perfect round. He almost gives us the 100 damage pincer. In the end, he gives me nothing at all. Just dissatisfaction.
No, what that gave me? It gave me smiley blues.
Smiley Blues down in the nether regions. Aerobucks on the power up, dropped by Effortless, who's going to take it for himself.
Big hunt.
And that's free
Yeah.
rocket jump. Pithy left alive.
Left alive, and again, being a life leader once again. It's definitely something we haven't seen in Icefall, if I remember correctly. I think there was only one round, or perhaps two, maybe at max, where Piffy was the life leader, but it was mainly
Yep.
Airbucks. So it's good to see that they're doing so well with Piffy on back foot, but we'll have to see how long he can last with that life.
Well, Effortless is going to get taken down there, and it's just the one life advantage now on the side of Immortal Minds. Pithy
Big hunt.
fights for his life and does a cracking job of it. Effortless, as well as Dewey Fall, it's all left on DDK, whose stack isn't that big. Pithy's on the red. Things are starting to look up for PreVaiL.
Match point.
They're starting to look up,
Looking all the
and
way
as
up.
you can see, DDK just got singled out completely. And that is very, very worrisome for the Immortal Minds. It's one more round. If PreVaiL Gaming manages to win that round, they manage to go through. If they don't, it's 3-3, and then it's a tie, and you have to really, really be careful with that. You don't want to be 3-3.
Yeah. 3-3 is a rough place to be with everything on the line. Pithy going to be dropping down. Gets collected by DDK though, who doubles up there. Dewey finding over by the red, trying to secure it, but every angle's covered.
Everybody is on him.
Oh my god. That was not a fun place to be for Dewey. That was stressful.
And it didn't look fun either. Imagine, like, who are you supposed to be fighting? Like, there's so many people around you. It's like the focus is so split. It's very tough on players to be in those situations.
Yeah. Oh. Dewey takes a tumble. And that's not what we want to see.
Oh, Piffy. I was pretty convinced that Piffy wanted to make that jump, but it didn't happen, and the power up goes to Immortal Minds. It's 1-1-1. They have only 3 lives for team Immortal Minds. PreVaiL Gaming 2 lives. Piffy is getting pretty stacked now. I don't know. This can go either way right now.
Certainly can. Effortless with that power up. He's going to be
Pithy.
aggressing in, but Pithy does such a good job once again. This man's coming in
Yep,
clutch
and his-
time after time at this point.
That's true, but Piffy being the first spawn, only having pincer to his in his bag, and then 150 armor. Not looking that healthy. Well, hitting all the shots that he needs. I'm still worried for him, given how stacked Effortless is.
Yeah.
It's a
This
battle
is,
of two really good live runners.
Yep. Like 2 choice stags going antler to antler. On the high ground now is Pithy, looking for the shots onto Effortless. He knows is the only one he needs to drop. And the prediction with the rocket.
Oh my.
Are you
This is
kidding
it.
me? He almost believes in
have
himself
to
as
really
well.
Yep. You have to, with that kind of start, you and your team have to push for it, and they do. PreVaiL Gaming win and progress through. Really well played to both teams. Holy crap, the ending.